Good day everyone and welcome to Exile News, the weekly show that brings you all the important news and information on Path of Exile. And we got a lot of small news this week because the league has started, but GGG really spoon-fed us a lot of small news to let us survive the long wait of the 3 weeks. So first up is the free weekend and free cosmetics one. So this weekend has been free, and if you haven't had a chance to play yet, this is definitely one of the best moments to jump in. Also, it still lasts for one more day, so even if you haven't had the chance yesterday or today, you can still play tomorrow. And if you really want, you can get the basic supporter pack for half the price. Also, there's two new cosmetics. One when you enter Exile for the first time, which is the city in Act 1, so really easy. And the other one is when you complete Act 1, which is still the best act, and yeah, definitely not hard as well. We got a small recap for the Delirium changes and the ritual changes, and these work pretty much like the other changes made to the leagues, where you have a first part, you do that first part and you can access a second part, and then once you do the second part you access to the boss that's at the end of those leagues, with some of the best rewards and the uniques that have been teased in the past. So yeah, those are probably more interesting to see when actually played. You don't get ritual in the acts except Act 1, so that's just the first one, and you only get Delirium when you free the guy in Act 4, so you don't really get many of those leagues before the maps. So if you enjoy those, you'll have to wait until you've completed the main storyline. Also, we got of course the informations for the item filters and some metadata for the build guides, since now those are available as well. And one thing about item filters actually is that the sounds are not working right now. So if you're using, well, the standard filter or most likely Never Sync or some of your own filters, the custom sounds are not working, which means probably people are losing some of their money somewhere in the maps, especially if your build is clearing farther than your screen, which is surprisingly common if you're a streamer and surprisingly uncommon if you are a normal plebs like me, I guess. But still, that is a thing to keep in mind. And we also got some Twitch drops for the launch. These last, the first one lasts for 1 week, for the first week, and it's actually this portal over here. You can see small there. It's the Arbiter of Ash waypoint. You only need 3 hours of accumulated watch time on any PoE2 channel, and since it lasts 1 week, it's really easy to do that. You can just put it in the background with low quality and no sound while you're playing, or you can just let it go while you're eating or something, so shouldn't be a problem. The second week you're going to get these horns here. It's actually a head attachment and not a helmet, and it comes with variations, and it also tracks the kills differentiated by the type of monster, so animal, humanoid, and those kind of things, which is always pretty nice. I mean, it's already good that it's free MTX, but it also tracks the stuff, so that's pretty nice as well. Hopefully one day we'll be able to get tracking things separated from the actual MTXs, but maybe I'm asking for too much. People wouldn't get the MTXs anymore, would get just the tracking things. So yeah, I can see why GG does that. And there's also a pet if you gift or get subs on Twitch, but yeah, that's just purely buying it. So also, as it's been the case for many leagues, there's a quest on Discord for an actual avatar, and honestly I don't know why GG even does these things with Discord. Probably they have some kind of partnership, but yeah, nothing really worth seeing here, honestly. And we also got a quick video about rune seeking, or well, basically what the actual Runes of Aldur League is about. And if you've had the chance to play, you definitely saw that the new league is absolutely amazing, feels very good. You just click the thing, get or decide the reward that you want from a couple choices, and then you fight things, and if you win you get a reward. So really good, doesn't break the flow of the map, and also it mixes really well with Expedition, becoming really cool in the end game, so be prepared for that. And if you want to spoil yourself a little bit, you can watch the video, but honestly it's much better to actually play the game and experience it. Also, for the first time, we got the challenges, and there's 8 challenges, only one you'll be able to complete during the campaign, the others will guide you throughout the end game, which I feel is fair enough. Honestly, these are the easiest challenges that you'll ever get in the game, because if you watch at PoE1, it started like this, and now I mean, now PoE1 challenges, it's not like they are hard, but they are really time consuming. The current PoE2 challenges are going to be much less time consuming, and you'll be able to buy some of those like the bosses, so that is definitely something good. And the armor set that you can see here honestly looks pretty cool as well, so yeah, definitely recommended. There's many builds that are very easy to play with. For example, the new Spirit Master is apparently really strong, so if you want an easy build to actually complete all the challenges, just go with that. Many streamers are playing it, and we'll see how that goes and which other builds are going to become really strong. Probably some of the builds with Rune, but it's too early to know for sure because no one's playing with that. Of course, it requires gears, it requires thinking, it requires to know all of the things, so that is not the time for those yet. Anyway, we also got some user experience improvement in PoE2. We already know about those. I mean, we've seen them in the past, we've talked about them. The Atlas search, pretty useful. The trade quick search is really good, especially for pricing uniques or some random drops on the fly. You just shift alt click the item and it automatically opens the trade with some of the stats prepared. It doesn't input the values, so you can choose to be more or less specific. It's kind of like the tools that already exist, but it's in game, so it's much better. And yeah, this is a big one, honestly. Also, as we were saying, we got a big showcase for the Kalguran gems. I mean, I said big showcase, but it just highlights some of the gems. There's actually a lot of those, and most of those interact with ward, unsurprisingly. So they will require your build to have some ward regen or some high amount of ward that you can get with gears and stockables, but these requires knowledge, and they require also some gameplay time to actually get the gear because they're not available from the get-go. So these builds are going to pop up maybe second week, third week, I don't know, but streamers are definitely going to go onto those once they are done with their league starters, because these ones are novelty, but they are not able to do it right away. So yeah, get ready for those, coming soon, most likely. And we also got a little bit of a showcase for the Atlas Masters. We've already talked about those. There are 3 masters that you can interchange whenever you want and use one for the map that you're playing. These don't come into play until you get into maps, so that's about quite some time, really depending on the type of player that you are. I mean, streamers in 9-10 hours they can get to tier 15. A normal scrub will get done with the campaign in most likely 20 hours or so, and then new players with no knowledge will probably take 40 hours or something. So it really depends on your knowledge, the way you play, the build you've chosen, and everything else. So we'll see how these masters interact with the gameplay. I feel like they're a nice addition anyway, so it's good to have them as a side upgrade. And of course, right before the launch, GGG kind of recapped everything that we've said. Also, if you haven't had the time to patch yet for whatever reason, the patch itself is around 40 gigabytes, so that is not little. And if you're planning to install the game anew, the game itself is around 140 gigabytes, so that is a lot. Be sure to plan ahead for that, to give yourself time to actually download it, especially if you're paying for the free weekend and there's not much time left. Also, we got a kind of a deep dive into the Genesis tree. Honestly, this is pretty much how it worked before, or rather how it works in PoE1, except we can craft different things. You can craft rings, amulet, belts, and currency instead of the actual PoE1 stuff that you're crafting. And the tree is bigger, but that's about it, honestly. Nothing much to see here, other than the fact that this tree is going to be able to drop some items that have modifiers that are otherwise unable to appear on these type of items. So that is the borrowed power that Breach is going to give, at least for this league. We'll see if it remains like this for the next ones. Most likely, yes. And also, while GGG tried to post a video, it's kind of funny because I have no idea why they posted this small video about the fact that the game is live. I mean, if you go on the site, if you try to start the game, it is obviously live. So this is actually the usual live thread update. that tells you what is GGG working on and all of the things that are not working and what GGG is investigating, so you can see all of the hotfixes that have been made. And if you're looking for something specific, if you have a bug of your own while you're playing, be sure to check this thread before posting it, because it might already be here. So yeah, this thread is not going to go very far, honestly. Usually about after a couple days GGG just drops it, because most of the things have been fixed, or there's nothing new really worth putting here, and they're just doing the usual work of maintaining the league and possibly just slightly improving it. But I don't think this league needs much improvement overall, just a couple bug fixes here and there, and we are golden. So yeah, hopefully everyone has been able to league start, and everyone is having fun with their own league starter. So that was all for this week, and if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment down below. Also, if you want to remain updated every week, be sure to subscribe to my channel. So that was all. I've been your host Giorgio, and I'll see you guys the next time.